Hey, hey, hey. We're not gay. Welcome back to the podcast.
Definitely not gay.
Not at
That
all.
is for sure. I'm trying to speak in the mic.
And I'm trying to keep it down.
Yeah. We got some uneven mics here. So we got Bert's mic wanting to be so loud that it shouts out the laptop, and I got to come over here and like be a little pop singer, a little Taylor Swift action. Mic down my throat.
I've got the snowball and you've got the popsicle.
That's the
push pop.
This is the AT 2020 something like that. It's a snowball.
It's the snowball. They should have kept it simple. The push pop and the snowball. It's the
Push
same brand.
pop and the
isn't
snowball. Audio Technica.
it? Oh,
What is that one?
Blue. I don't think
it's blue something.
it even says snowball ice right here.
Yeah, it's a snowball.
That's awesome.
It's a blue snow. All right.
So podcast number 2.
Podcast number 2.
Welcome back. And
We got
We're
some
live
we got
on
some setups going. So last time we used my phone to record audio, and that was all we did. We sat in these chairs, no table. We're using a box right now to stand the phone up. But we used that to put the phone on right next to us, and we just talked for 30 minutes.
and somehow
Go ahead.
somehow we have 25 views on that video.
Somehow, I don't even know how, because how many people did you send it to?
One.
One. Are you serious?
I told one person about it.
That one guy?
Cody from Florida.
Yeah, okay. I showed 3 people.
Wow. It multiplied.
That's crazy.
Cause
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know how, though. I don't know how.
I think
That's insane.
It was 4 by the end of the night that night.
Yeah, something like that.
But
But then, yeah, like 2 days later, it was like 18. Like right now, it's 25. I don't know.
well,
We might blow up.
We're here for more.
Joe Rogan V2. Get a little Theo
Yeah.
Vaughn going. We got the watermelon cups.
Theo,
Someone sponsor us.
right here. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's only water in here. You know, I was at a thrift shop earlier, and there was a water bottle container, and it had on the sign it said, "Not water, vanilla." I'm glad they specified that before someone downed it. But literally, there was like 5 of them on there. There was 5 different bottles, and then on the tag it said, "Not water, vanilla extract."
It was vanilla extract,
Mm-hmm.
but it was in like a water bottle.
It was a water bottle, yeah.
That's
it could
wild.
have been anything.
That's
Some vodka.
That's so funny, man. I'd love to see somebody try to down a bottle of vanilla extract.
Yeah, well, you know, people used to come in the market and they would still it, but sometimes they would buy the vanilla extract, and it got to the point where we had to like cage it up because people were coming in to drink it. Just
Dude, talking about caging things up, I work at Lowe's right now, and we have a big problem with like theft of wire. And so when I first started working there, like they have those little alarm things, like those green things that kind of wrap around the wire.
Oh yeah, it's like the spy wires.
Yeah, that's exactly. I think that's what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
We call them turtles. They have different kinds. But I think some of them are called spiders.
Yeah, it was probably more heavy duty anyway.
I don't know.
For y'all
Lowe's is
stuff.
pretty cheap. I can't talk too much about Lowe's or I'm gonna get fired, and hopefully not there for long. Anyways, so nobody from Lowe's needs to watch this until I'm gone from there. But so, yeah, but we had a lot of theft. I think like wire was our biggest area of theft actually for Lowe's, for our store anyways. I don't know about all stores. So they put cages up on the whole shelves. So there's there's wire that's like $400, $300, whatever. Well, there's some 15 foot piece of wire over there that are like $20. And so, but the rule is, if the wire is behind the cage, I have to take it up front for the customer, and they can't have the wire until they've paid for it. So you can imagine some people's reactions to that.
It sounds serious.
It's pretty, yeah.
What are you gonna do? Walk out of the front door? Like, have you ever been to that Lowe's?
Yes.
Obviously you have. You worked
No,
there.
listen. It's funny that you say that. That happened. Multiple
the
times.
entrance door doesn't open unless you're on the other side, and this one's like,
Yeah, but people,
like hard to
you
get
know, if they play their cards right, they walk up to that entrance door. Someone else is coming in. It opens up. They're out the door. Or they could just go up. You can just pull it open. You know.
yeah,
You know the
True.
old trick. That's what we did at Walmart. So.
that's right.
But yeah, no, there was a time. I didn't get to witness it, but I was there when a guy came in, and we have the magnet to take those what we call
Spider
turtles
wires,
off, the
yeah.
spider wires. And some guy came in, just grabbed the magnet and started taking them off, started loading his cart up with that. It's some wire. It's worth about $150 per roll, and they're just this thick. They're big, but you can fit a whole lot in the car. You know what I'm saying? And he came in and started loading them up, and my coworker, she went over to him and she was like, "Hey, sir, like I need to do that for you. You can't do that." And he was like, "No, it's okay."
My bad.
He's like, "No, it's okay. No, you're fine. You're fine. No, it's all good." And so she was like, "Okay," and she just stood by him, and then he loaded everything up. He started walking up. She's walking with him. She's walking with him up to the front, and he got up to the front door open for someone else to come in, and
Ran out.
he smoked it out.
I would have
But-
chased him down.
Well, we can't. We'll get fired.
No, that is true.
You lose your job if you chase someone down.
Sad.
We're living in a scared world.
Yeah. We had a guy. He was one of our asset protection guys
Yeah.
at the store down there, and same incident, basically. Not wire. They had something. There was two people walking out. One was coming out, one was on the other side of the door, and asset protection was following. And he went out there and he like swung on him.
Dang.
That was it for him.
It's over.
I was outside. He's fighting these two homeless people out in the little crosswalk in front of the store.
Uh-huh.
And then he goes to the McDonald's across the parking lot. And they're fighting over there. And then they go to the gas station, which is our gas station, and they're fighting over there. They were doing a whole tour, dude.
God.
It was insane. But yeah,
Toward the front?
Tour de Lee Road is what it was.
Nah, but yeah. So that guy, he got away. Well, I don't know what actually happened to him after. I know that he put everything in his car, drove away. They whipped it out of there. But some customer that was coming in, he saw the guy running out of wire, and he was like, "I know what's going on here." So he wrote his license plate down. And so we got his license plate, gave it to the police. Had description, everything, cameras, everything. So that dude has to. Either he got caught by the police by now. He must have been. Either he got caught. I don't know. Sometimes they ain't on it. But anyways, he's either caught by now.
Not RPD.
Yeah, he's either caught by now or they're looking for him. But dude's on the run or he's in jail. So he's screwed either way. He's basically screwed.
Oh, yeah.
And people like that are not smart enough to stay on the run for very long.
Well,
They're gonna get caught.
Oh, yeah.
They don't.
Around here, especially.
Yeah, they're stupid.
Well, you remember the whole Bearfield thing, right?
The what?
The Bearfields? The
No.
salvage yard out in Russellville?
No.
Where those guys kept breaking in. Like, they had it all planned out. They went there with some wire cutters. They cut the fence so they can get in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in the salvage yard just every night. Well, for a few nights anyway. They would go out there and they would start bringing stuff closer to the fence, closer to the fence, closer to the fence. And then one night, shouldn't have been there that night, but what happened was they had got caught by the owner, and he was out there waiting on them. And he literally shot both of the guys,
Dang.
put them in a trunk of a car, and crushed the car.
Maybe I did hear about that.
It was like 5
Maybe
years ago.
I did hear about that. 5 years?
4 or 5 years ago. It doesn't seem
It
like
sounds
that.
kind of familiar though.
Yeah.
It sounds a bit familiar.
No games are being played.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Okay.
Las Vegas.
It was
It
over
gets
with.
crazy out here.
So it just shows you the extreme of like Lowe's letting people go.
Yeah.
And then when you own it, you take care. But look, that guy's in prison for life.
Yeah.
I'm not saying do that.
No, he shouldn't
At
have.
all.
He shouldn't have done that. But he has the right to protect his property.
He was fed up with it.
He has the right to protect. But he shouldn't have. I don't know what the laws are. I don't know the exact situation. I don't know if they were like, if they were like trying to hurt him and he killed him, then like justified.
Yeah, I don't think they had
Justified.
any.
But if they were just standing there like hey man, just call the cops, like we'll give up, then like maybe he shouldn't have killed him if that's the case.
Yeah.
It depends. We don't know though. We don't know.
We don't know.
Unless he's confessed, but I don't know the story. But yeah, either way, putting them in the car and crushing them up's obviously too far.
It's a little crazy.
Obviously you can't do that. So but
People are crazy, man.
People are crazy, bro. But so talking about like criminals and police a little bit, everything like that, just like randomly, reminded me of something. Do you watch those like police videos of like body cam footage?
Yeah,
You
I've
watch
seen
those?
some.
So I like to watch. I'm on like both sides of YouTube on that.
Mhm.
So like I watch a lot of videos. I'll go through phases. You got the YouTube phases.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
for sure.
YouTube's like
So-
my platform.
Yeah. So I go through phases where like sometimes I'm on like a traffic stop kind of phase where like the cops are like pulling people over and then they try to run away or like they try to fight or whatever and like the cop has chased them down blah blah, or like like watching what's his name, like Donut something. Donut, you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not down with the names.
Hold on.
I've just seen the videos.
Officer, man, anyone who knows this guy, and I've watched him a lot. Anyone who knows this guy, they're gonna be thinking like, how do you not know his name?
Donut, if you're out there,
Donut,
we got a seat for you right
Donut,
here.
come on the podcast. Anyone got contacts with Donut? Dude, I don't know his name, man. What if it's not even Donut?
He's gonna know who's talking about him.
He's got to.
You know?
What is his name? I don't know. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but he does a lot of those videos like breaking down like shootings, like mass shootings, like those big ones. He'll break those down, like he'll go through and kind of like talk about it. And there was one video, so that's a nice segue into this. What I was wanting to talk about. There was one video that he did a video on. Oh, okay, hold on. First, I forgot to mention. I also like to watch the opposite side of those, where people are trying to catch police doing like a bad job.
Okay.
So I like to watch both sides because I think a lot of people just watch one side and they're like, man, all these criminals are bad, cops are doing good, and like they could like all these cops just have a hard time and like their jobs are difficult and like they have a hard time. And it's like that's true, but like there are a lot of bad cops. Like like you gotta get both perspectives, and I do think that most cops are good.
No, of course.
I do think that most cops are good and that we should support the police, but there are bad cops. I mean, you can't say that there aren't bad cops. There's a lot of bad cops.
Out of everything, there's gonna be some
especially bad. There's just some jerks out there.
Yeah.
There's just some
I've been down that road.
Yeah, I have too. Yeah, but so yeah, I just wanted to kind of say that I like to watch some of those like Audit the Audit. It's a YouTube channel where like people, which these people are kind of jerks too, but like they go out and they like intentionally like kind of cause trouble, and but they cause like legal trouble in a way, like they're what's the word? They're like trying to push the boundary, and like it's legal, but like they know it's gonna like upset people.
See, that's the interrogation that comes along with getting pulled over. Like, they try to find something.
Yeah.
They'll go in there. It's like, oh, you got a little tail light out, But I'm coming for more. They're going for gold.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks. Because, what if you're going somewhere and you're just like, I'm on a time limit? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But then you got some that they write it off, and, that's great.
Yeah.
Down when I lived in Orlando, a video popped up about a cop pulling another cop over. The cop that got pulled over was late to work. You may have seen it. Yeah, it's just like it blew up, and that dude just like took off.
Yep. I mean, he was like, bro, why are you pulling me over?
Yeah.
Like, why are you pulling? What are you doing? He's like, what are you doing? It's like, dude, for real?
Man, I dated a girl one time that her dad was a cop, and we were driving back in his Jeep from Hot Springs to Russellville, and this dude was like lit drinking. So probably shouldn't be talking about this, but here we are. And he gets pulled over. And the guy just drops the badge to the other cop out there. And he's like, all right, have a fine night, sir. And just took off. But it's just crazy.
That's crazy.
It's like the power that some get.
That shouldn't happen, though. That shouldn't happen. We should have integrity. Like, just because they're a police officer doesn't mean that they can, that the rules don't apply to them. They're the ones enforcing the rules. Yeah. They should be following the rules better than anyone else.
But I did get away with a traffic ticket because of him once. He was a court cop, and we wrote it off,
You take some and you lose some. You
win some,
you lose some.
Yes, sir.
Man, yeah. But I mean, some like, not everyone. A ticket doesn't have to be given every single time.
No. Somebody's
speeding. You can give warnings. Not everyone deserves a ticket. Sometimes people, I don't know about you. Maybe you were just a little speedster back then. Little speed racer.
Till I got in a wreck, and then I drove like a grandpa.
Yeah. Well, I never got in a wreck, sort of, but it wasn't with another car. Yeah. That's a different story.
I totaled like my car out in the car in front of me.
I've never gotten a wreck, but I used to speed everywhere, like 20 over, like really fast. And I got pulled over once. In Pottsville. It's my first time. He let me off with a warning. I was going like 15 something over, and I was like, oh, that's like awesome. I can't believe I didn't get the ticket
Equinox?
on that. Huh?
And the Chevy Equinox?
No, that was in the Jeep. That was in the Jeep days. You never saw the Jeep,
I
did
never
you?
saw the
Yeah,
Jeep.
I had a white Jeep. What was that called? Jeep Cherokee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was more of an SUV than like a Jeep type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what
But,
you're talking about.
Yeah, I was driving to school one morning, and when I was in 10th grade, I think, so I was 16 probably, and I got pulled over, and on that day, I was in an unfortunate situation, and that was that I was the last car in a long line of cars who were all going 20 miles over the speed limit, so I just so happened to be the one to get pulled over. So the cop comes up, and he's actually a pretty nice dude, and he walks up, he's like, hey man, what's going on? You speeding today?
Just
like,
casual
Like,
question.
and I'm just like, yeah. What am I gonna do? Lie, bro? He's already got me over. Come
You
on.
should have asked me if he was going to school.
Ask him if he's.
He was already in the parking lot, wasn't he?
No. This was just on the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, how fast you think you're going? And I was probably like 10. He's like, well, we got you at 15. It's like, oh, okay. I see, sir. I see. And he's like, yeah, but I know that everyone else is going fast. Everyone else was going fast. You were just falling behind them.
You don't.
But just don't let it happen again. I'm gonna give you a warning. I was like, yes, sir. It's never gonna happen again. Then I kept speeding. Right.
Lied to him.
Unfortunately, I did, and I got a ticket when I was driving home from school.
Same guy.
No, different guy. Probably in 12th grade. And that time, I went to court. Oh my gosh, this is a story. So Judge Bourne.
Oh yes, sir.
Oh, Judge Bourne. For any of the listeners who don't know Mr. Judge Bourne, he's didn't he get fired recently because he's too much of a jerk? Like he's so mean.
That man's cut from a different cloth.
He's stern. He's stern. He's a hard man. And so hard that he got fired for it. You can't be hard today. You can't be hard nowadays. But he's a tough man, and he ain't gonna let you get off. He ain't gonna let you get off without getting a little beating in the courtroom. And,
right. He's like the backwood riddle guy.
Yeah.
Up there, got the shotgun behind the podium.
Yeah. So I go in there, and I was speeding, so this is true. I thought it was a 35. It was a 30. I was going 40, so I was still 10 over. But I really did think it was a 35. Officer asked me, like, how fast you're going? I was like, probably 40. He was like, all right, the speed limit is? Like 35. He's like, no, it's 30. I was like, no way.
He said way.
He said way. So I go to the courtroom. Bert, listen to this, man. I go to the courtroom. My mom's a court reporter. She works in court.
The same one?
No. She works for a different judge.
Okay.
But she knows judges. She knows people. She knows Judge Bourne knows who she is. She's like, I'm gonna come with you. I'm gonna say something. Try to get you scot free. So we go in, and he calls my name. I stand up. He's like, boy, show here you've been speeding 15 over, and I was like, yes, sir. And at the time, I didn't have this long hair. I had a little goofy hairstyle where it came like down over my eye a little bit.
The Bieber.
I had the Bieber. I had the Bieber. I had a little Bieber going.
It was in for a while.
Man, I was just trying to grow it out, man. But I go into court, man, and listen, he's ridiculing me about my hair. He's like, boy, when are you gonna get a haircut? I'm just like, oh, I'll get a haircut next week. Like, I'm gonna get it cut. He's like, what's your mama think about that hair, boy? She don't like it, sir. He's like, you get cut. He said, you don't come back here unless that hair's cut, boy. I was like, yes, sir. But I turn around to leave, and I catch a draft on my back leg. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I walk outside. Hear me out. I walk out, and my mom is like blocking for me. Thank God. Because when we get outside, I'm informed that I have a tear in my pants right across the butt crack, and it's just revealing my whole butt cheek to everybody. To Judge Board.
Boy, you need some pants too.
Bro, listen. If he had seen that, I don't even know what would have happened to him. He probably would have put me in jail, bro.
He been smashing that podium, dog.
I pulled that shotgun out. Get me with it, man. Dude,
Oh, man.
I couldn't believe it, bro. I got a picture of it somewhere. Oh, man, it was crazy. I don't know how I didn't feel it, though. I've been sitting on it. I've been sitting on it that whole time. I stand up, and it's just, my butt cheek is just out, bro.
That's awesome, dude.
And we didn't know about it until I was standing there. My mom looked over while I was getting berated by Judge Bourne. My mom looked over, and she just sees my butt cheek hanging out.
It'd been awesome. It'd been awesome if you heard a whistle. Just like you're walking out. That'd been better. Anything.
I can't whistle.
Look, that'd have been me. We wouldn't have known each other, but that would have been me.
Yeah, that's you, bro. That's yeah, man. But no, I got out of there, and I got defensive driving, and
Yeah, I think a lot of us had got that defensive driving.
Yeah.
I think I got it 3 times.
really,
So they told me.
I only had
yeah.
it once. I had it once because that was my trade for not getting it on my record and not having to
Yeah.
pay. But about probably a year later, I got caught going 19 over. I'm so glad it wasn't 20. It was 19. If it was 20, it would have been reckless driving.
Mhm.
Would have been a big deal. I was going 19 over. I was kind of unfortunate because actually, like, the way the road worked was that it was a 30 because it was in the city of Atkins, and it was a 30-mile-an-hour zone. And then it's like when you get onto the highway, and it transitions to like 40 and then 55. So while I was in the 30, when I was getting closer to the 40, I just got up to 55. I was gonna cruise through because that 40 section is just like, it's not even very long. Like you can easily see the 55 just down the road when you're still in the 30. So I just put it up to 55 and started driving. Officer pulled me over.
His eyesight was good that day.
Officer threw the lights on, and I was boned. Listen, man. He put his lights on. He flashed his lights when I'm in the 30. I couldn't even stop before I was in the 55. Like, tell me why I'm getting pulled over. Dude, I was basically already there.
They like to trap you.
I got trapped.
Yeah.
That officer's a trap star.
Yeah. Man.
I got trapped. Bro.
His legs were right over your waist, dog.
Man, he was tucking, bro. But after that, I never speed unless I'm on a back road.
Dukes of Hazzard style.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I just told that long story.
Yeah.
all for that.
No, it's good. That's good.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at now.
Yeah, I totaled my car out one day when I was in high school. From my house out in London, well, from the interstate in London to, obviously, I guess, Russellville.
Mm-hmm.
They had all the barriers set up in the middle, the orange cones,
Mm-hmm.
So I was going through there. I was doing 60, 65. Probably going too fast for a work zone.
What was the limit?
Oh, probably was like 50, 55, something like that. But still, you got to be cautious. It was the first day. These were up on the interstate, and I'm driving through there. And, you can only see the car in front of you.
Yeah.
And I'm young and dumb at the time. I don't really pay attention to the brake lights. I'm just going.
Of course.
And the car right in front of me happened to swerve off to the side, and I just ate the car in front of mine's rear. Yeah.
Dang.
And luckily, everybody was all right.
Yeah.
I was driving a Toyota Prius at the time. I bought it brand new, and I drove it 5,000 miles. And I was like, I don't really like this car anymore.
Yeah.
So I was kind of building up. It wasn't on purpose.
He's like, I don't like this car anymore. I'm just smash it into someone else's.
Now it seems all right, but then I had a rear ended that car, and it's a hybrid, so it's got the computer in it. And when you bash that up, it's such a bigger issue than just like smashing the front of the car.
Yeah.
So I was worked up, and I called my dad. I was like, hey, this happened. We're down here. I'm fine. Everything's good. And then he comes down there, and because obviously I don't have a ride to work, to school at the time, said to pick me up. Everything went on. Brought me back home. I got my truck and went on. But I guess the moral of that is that I didn't want that car anymore. So like the universe was working with me, you know. So anyway,
That's the moral of the story.
Basically, I mean, I went to court for that, and then boring, you know, hey boy, that long hair, and I'm just, okay. He's so worried about
with short hair. Is he got like a short hair? He might have a short hair kink.
He might. What I'm thinking
that might be what he might be like a closet gay.
He probably is. But if he's so worried about hair, why didn't he just become a barber? He's worried about. He should have.
Ladies and gentlemen, wisdom.
So what he should have done. He's up at the podium. I mean, now, pow, pow, pow. Got everybody out here. He should have had like a little barber chair up here.
Honestly, he should have had a little barber chair, little scissors. Like,
Yeah.
hey man, listen, if you want to, dude, if he had told me like no defensive driving, no ticket, haircut, I'd have been in that chair, sit down with the biggest smile on my face.
He should have clippers up there and just.
I'm saying, bro.
You know what I mean?
Biggest smile on my face. I couldn't have been happier to sit down in a chair, get my hair cut, to avoid a little ticket.
Man, what was I watching? There was a WWE episode
Uh-huh.
where somebody got held down and got their hair shaved. I forget who it is. If anybody knows,
That sounds familiar. If
Let
anyone
us know.
knows, put the link in the comments.
drop it. So yeah, maybe it was like Betty White or something. I could
Betty
be.
White?
She was on there. I could be
In
getting
the WWE, Bethany White,
herself. Yeah.
man.
So
They can't shave her head though.
they shaved some female's head.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've
It may
seen
be
that.
Betty.
But
Well, it's gonna grow back, right? Get a wig.
Yeah, but Betty White, come on. She old. She can't
Well,
lose her
she
hair like
was
that.
old. I think she's gone now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I was not a Betty White guy.
No, I wasn't either. Isn't she Golden Girls? I think.
I think so. Yeah.
I think like the new obsession with like all these shirts and stuff that you see at Walmart, like Golden Girls and all that jazz. Everybody's it's like a comeback basically.
I've never seen the Golden Girls.
I
Don't
have-
even really know what it's about.
No, I haven't either.
Not
So,
even. I just it's probably about some girls. They're probably a little golden. Bert's getting a call from the fiance. We're probably gonna take a pause.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. And just like that, we're back.
You look like Triple H over there through that
Triple
camera.
H?
Yeah, the wrestler.
On the camera?
It's pretty awesome.
Dang.
So I saw a video.
That's a big compliment.
Yeah, I saw a video of him on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And what did it say? It said something about. Anyway, the video was playing, and then in the comments, it said, "I bet his pronouns are HHH." With the dashes in front of him. It was good.
That's a good joke.
Don't want to get offensive over here. A
good
meme,
joke.
a meme that had came up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in Atkins or Pottsville, but
Uh-huh.
that car wash, the Triple H car wash.
Triple H.
Okay, it's right where you go under that train, like the bridge over it. It's like where the train goes over, but you go under it, and it's like really small. I think it's Atkins. It's by Powell's Boots, if you know where that is. Anyway, there's a car wash there called Triple H Car Wash. And somebody made a meme one time, and it was like Triple H, blowing the water up. It was on a spray wash.
That's so funny, man. Dude, Triple H, when I was a kid watching wrestling, Triple H was my favorite wrestler.
What, you become Triple H?
I've become the man that I looked up to
Yeah.
at the time. Yeah, he was my favorite, though. I thought he was the coolest.
He's still around.
wrestling?
He's still relevant, yeah. Well, he married Stephanie McMahon,
who?
which is...
Oh, yeah. Then he
Vince's-
took over, right?
Yeah, so he was marrying into that.
Yeah, I got you, yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
So, he's
Smart play.
very smart. Then I saw a video of Randy Orton, and it was him and Stacy Keibler out there in the
Yeah.
ring. And it was like when your wife tries to stop you from going fishing, and he's like staring right at the camera, and then he just gives her the RKO, and she's
Man,
out.
dude, there's so many good WWE clips, man. I love the one where Vince McMahon is like on the stage and somebody is like, you hate chickens. He's like, I don't hate chickens. You hate roosters. Well, I don't hate roosters. You hate cocks. I love cock.
Yeah, I've seen that one, and that's where.
Anyways,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, no, there's some good WWE clips. There's some good ones.
There's
The
one-
Rock has some good ones. The
Yeah, I've
Rock's
seen
got
some of
some
The Rock
funny
ones.
ones.
There's one where it's like when you walk into Home Depot and it's like Dad tells you, boys, this is not a place to be horse playing with. And then like the clip in the background's like 3 ladders and like some dude's about to like power bomb him
yeah.
onto another ladder. It's pretty awesome.
That's awesome, man. Dude, I had the like, I don't know what year it was, but I remember one Christmas when I was a kid, I got the full pay-per-view DVD set for like that year of WWE.
That's
so I had
awesome.
every pay-per-view match, and dude, that was awesome. I loved Triple H, and I think that set had him on there. I think when I got that set, he wasn't wrestling at the time. He wasn't in WWE. He had been kicked out or something. I can't really remember most of the lore. It's been so long.
Yeah.
But I know he wasn't wrestling for a while, and but on those DVDs he was, and like, dude, there were some awesome ones. I remember The Undertaker fought somebody, but it was like, you know,
It's like a WrestleMania or
or
just some pay-per-view.
I think back in those days, I don't know if WrestleMania existed. I think
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
it's been
pay-per-view. Did it?
Yeah,
I can't even remember, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. But yeah, I just remember Undertaker. He had that like unbeaten record. He had that like, yeah, he was undefeated.
he's the man.
He's a man, and yeah, he fought somebody. Might have been Shawn Michaels, Triple H
okay.
companion.
The Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah, might have been Shawn Michaels, but I could be like dead wrong about that at the same time. Did I remember like late in the day, like after like right before I stopped watching WWE, because I got old enough to realize it was not as entertaining. But
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio was like the coolest guy at the time. Like
Yeah.
right around when I stopped watching, Rey Mysterio was like the top. I remember I wanted to get a mask, his mask, like really bad.
Yeah.
I never got it.
I've got like 2 or 3
Someone
of
send
those.
me a Rey Mysterio mask.
Yeah, Ray, if you're
I'm just
watching,
kidding.
send me
Yeah,
a-
Ray, if
send
you're
us-
watching, send us some masks.
You-
Come sit in the chair.
You know,
We'll get a third chair.
his son's wrestling, I believe. Cody.
Is he?
Yeah, Cody, my buddy down in Florida, actually saw him at a show, just a random show, but he
Oh.
knew who he was, so he went
That's
up,
awesome.
talked to him, you know. About
I've
that.
never seen him without the mask on, so I wouldn't even know.
Well, it was his son.
Oh, that's right, yeah. But still.
But my buddy Cody worked at Longhorn down there by the airport, and he would have like JBL come in.
Who?
And JBL, he was pretty big, like 2000s.
Wrestler?
Yeah.
I
His name
don't think I know.
And well, there's a lot out there that kind of get overlooked. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
but
of course.
he knew, or he's seen a lot that came in, and they would talk to him, and he's working his way into getting in that,
Yeah.
and he'll be there. Like Cody, he's one of those guys. If he's driven, he'll be successful.
Right.
We went to the NXT down there when we lived down there. Every Tuesday they would do a showing, and all you had to do was sign up for it. You go for free. It's pretty awesome. It's live. Like, we were on TV in a way.
Hey.
Hey, watch out.
Getting famous.
Getting famous in the crowd.
Bert's got the experience before kicking this off.
That's right. But a long time ago, I went to a Raw when John Cena was just first getting big.
What year?
Oh, like 03 maybe. It was a long
before
time
me.
ago.
I went when I was in middle school.
Okay.
Saw John Cena and Randy Ortiz fight each other.
Orton. It's all right.
Orton. Yeah, Randy Orton.
It's too many of them.
That's too many.
Don't
man.
worry.
I can't. And it's been so long, bro.
You
It's
talking
been
about
so
in
long.
Little
I
Rock?
can't even remember.
You saw him in Little Rock?
Yeah, it was in Little Rock.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know. I think I was in like 4th grade. I don't think I watched wrestling past 4th or 5th grade. for
Yeah,
sure.
I think I was skateboarding after 3rd. And
Yeah.
Kind of. But it was
But yeah.
going downhill.
It's
Like,
John Cena and Randy Ortiz, and they fought.
Yeah.
Randy Orton.
Orton. You'll get it right.
Dude, that name is so common. Like
But
Randy Ortiz.
those are-
sounds like a common name. It
Those
just
are
keeps slipping
two of the
out.
biggest ones, though, so that's awesome.
Yeah, at the
You know,
time they were
let's
the
see.
top. They were the top dogs.
Yeah.
So that was like insane. Actually, I'm surprised they had that fight in Little Rock.
Yeah, well,
You'd think they'd put that in like a big. Maybe
Yeah,
Little
yeah,
Rock's
of course.
maybe Little Rock's a big WWE place though. Who
some
knows?
MSG.
There's nothing else to do in Arkansas, so maybe people just sit at home and watch wrestling.
This is true. Well, the South is just, I think a lot of people really liked wrestling, but the South was really big
Yeah,
with that,
that's true. Yeah.
So, but yeah, being down there was a lot of, WWE going on. Because it's out
Yeah.
of Jacksonville, which is like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
But in Orlando, they would do the tapings for the NXT, and then you get into the big boy stuff, which is the WWE. And
Yeah.
we went to like some indie shows too, which was pretty awesome. Like they were like those long 2 pipes. They're like smashing each other with those.
Yeah.
Like it got real
Pull
extreme.
the chairs out.
Yeah, they were like literally bleeding. We
Dang.
had to get up at one point on the side of the ring that we were sitting on
Oh.
because they were like, he's going over the ropes, you know. So
Yeah.
everybody cleared out, and this dude like got thrown over into the chairs, like slid
Yeah.
for a minute.
Well,
It was pretty awesome.
that's something to talk about. Is like, you know, wrestling. We all know it's fake, right? But even though it's fake, like those dudes are doing like they're putting their bodies
Oh, man.
in danger. Like
Well, some
Man,
have
I-
died from doing it.
yeah,
Even.
people get seriously hurt, and like I remember the first time I realized that, because you know you go to school and you say like, man, I watch wrestling, and all the kids are like, wrestling's fake. It's like the first thing people say.
Screw those kids, by
Screw
the way.
those kids. I don't know what their problem is, man. They're haters.
No, those are the ones that are out here on
Don't listen to-
opioids nowadays.
Don't listen to the haters.
Yeah.
The haters.
Anyway.
Anyways, but yeah, you go to school and like that'd be the first thing people would say. It'd be like, yeah, I watched wrestling last night, and they'd be like, oh, it's fake. Why do you watch that? It's fake, bro. It's fake. But man, dude, listen, fake or not fake, it was cool as a kid. Like that's just true.
It was awesome.
It was awesome as a kid. But like those dudes are really like they get hurt. They really get hurt a lot. And like they're jumping when they jump off those like 20-foot ladders. It's not fake.
No, that's real.
That's not fake. That's real.
Yeah.
When they jump out of a rope and like, you know, that's real. Like, you know, maybe they're not actually like punching each other. You know, maybe they script who's gonna win. But like, you jump off a 20-foot ladder. You can't fake that.
No.
That's fake. That's real.
You know, I was watching some stuff on YouTube about Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, and they were talking about how when they got in the ring, they would purposely try to make each other laugh on camera. Like,
that's funny.
you know, behind the scenes, they
Yeah.
were like, oh, I'd do anything to make him laugh.
Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar did something one time, and Undertaker, you know, he comes up and like, looks over, and Lesnar just, do his face or something like that. And Undertaker just starts smirking, and he has to get up and just keep going with the script, you know.
That's amazing.
But they would always try to do stuff like that to each other.
That's like
So-
you and your friend in high school, and the teacher's
Yeah.
sitting there, and you're like, and then you just start laughing. She's like, next person that laughs is going to the office, and you're like,
Yeah.
and then you just,
We would,
office 5 minutes later.
I remember I had Miss Nodur's class, and I sat right up against the white wall. And then my buddy sat right behind me, like the guy that I got into skateboarding with, basically.
Yeah.
He sat right behind me. And then there was a black couch, looked like a casting couch across the room, right? And
Wait, what class was it?
this was
Sex ed?
English class. No, it wasn't even sex ed. I passed out in sex ed once, though.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was on the left
I don't even
side.
have to ask. 'Cause typical Bert behavior.
That's right. So anyway,
Alright.
this guy's like throwing crayons across the room, hitting the white wall. So by the end of the year, the side of the wall looked like a rainbow.
Oh god, that's awesome.
But you know, they'd hit and fall, but she'd be on the smart board. You know, this was after chalk.
Ah.
She'd be on the smart board, and she'd just turn around real quick and be like, "What am I hearing? Who's doing that?" You know, yada yada. So she'd turn around, and you know, another one would get chunked on that side of the room.
Yeah.
It was just a war.
That's awesome, man. That's so
But
funny.
she was like the younger teacher, and she cared. But
Yeah.
she kind of like thought it was funny eventually, you know, which isn't good. You know, you need to be the boss of your classroom.
Yeah.
You know, just if anybody came in. But yeah, we would always just be like throwing these things back and forth, and then we had like the intern in there as well, and then she'd just be sitting over there cross-legged, just smirking whenever stuff was going on. Didn't really
Oh,
jump
yeah.
in ever, but was there.
She saw y'all like throwing crayons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. She didn't care though. Was she young? She was like, what's intern?
Well, okay, so she wasn't
was
like.
she like was she like how like college intern or?
No, that's what I was gonna say. She wasn't like intern, but like I forget how they had it. You could go into these
Observe?
classes.
Kind of.
Well, I sat in the choir class one time.
Mhm.
What do they call those? Do you know?
Teacher observers,
No,
like
Or did they work for the school or
no. I went in the choir class
like
and
an ambassador?
ambassador, I think is what it was.
ambassador.
Yeah, like a student ambassador or something. If you're showing a new student around, you go.
No, not even that.
Yeah, that's for ambassadors for like new student. I was an ambassador.
So I sat in this room for an hour every day for a semester or whatever, and didn't really do anything. I kind of slept on the couch, but I was supposed to be organizing all these things. But I was in high school at the time. Whatever that is.
I know what you're talking about. It's like when you get, like I did that for the counselor's office. You get
Yeah.
credit for being some kind of
Student aid.
like a student.
Student aid.
Student aid. Okay, I didn't know that's what you're talking about.
Sorry.
I thought we were talking about like an intern kind of like teacher
I said it wrong.
Observer kind of thing.
So
okay, I see.
So she was like
We were on the wrong
senior
page
at the time. She was a senior.
Yeah.
And I think we were like sophomore, 10th grade, whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. Anyway, so
Whatever.
She didn't
Who
really
knows?
care. She was just kind of like blowing it off, and I guess all she had to worry about was like the elective classes that year, so she
Yeah.
could graduate. But anyway. Yeah, so it was like a rainbow on the wall at the end of the year. I still see her every once in a while, like once in a blue moon, I guess. And I'm so, hey, what's up,
Yeah.
She's super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't really remember having many like interns or like student aides or whatever. I don't think we didn't have student aides in my school. Like there was nothing like that for us.
Was there ever any students that had AIDS?
Not that I know of,
No.
but probably.
Today that number is probably doubled.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some interesting kids in my school. No AIDS.
No AIDS?
We had one girl who thought she was like a dog,
That's awesome.
or maybe she was like a wolf girl.
I was
think
going to say, we
she's
had
a wolf
werewolves
girl.
at our school.
Yeah, she definitely she barked at some people sometimes. Like I remember like on a bus, like somebody's getting on a bus, and she was like in the way, or like they were in the way she was trying to get on. I don't even know. Like some confrontation occurred, and she was like, "Arr!" Oh man,
That's awesome.
she she was. We had some pretty interesting. Let me tell you though, there was this one guy. He often had his pants hanging below the threshold for proper coverage. So he's just showing his butt crack everywhere.
Just like you were in court.
Yeah, me and Court. Only that was the bottom cheek. That
Okay.
wasn't the crack. I was dropping a whole cheek out for Judge Bourne. But
Dang.
this guy, he'd have his crack hanging out. Like when you bend over and you get your crack out or whatever.
Of course.
But he had that like 24/7, and it's even worse when you're sitting down, right? So there's one day, I wasn't there, but this went around the whole school, man. But he was sitting down, and at the lunch table, and the tables are like lined up like in a row like this, right? And he was there. We had a friend who was sitting like this guy's sitting here facing this way, so the crack's right there, and then the friend that I got was sitting at the table behind his, facing this way as well. So he's laser eyeing the crack, all right, and he gets this idea. He's got he sees the crack, he sees a goldfish.
Oh, man.
He sees the crack, a goldfish cracker.
Yeah. Not the real. Yeah.
Not the
real
real
thing.
Not a goldfish. Fish.
Oh, not?
Yeah, so he sees a crack, he looks at the cracker, sees the crack, looks at the cracker, the light bulb pops on, picks up the goldfish, and he just and
Did he dunk it?
he dunked it.
Yeah.
Sank it, bro.
That's
Sank it
awesome.
straight in. And so the best part is that he didn't even realize for like a few for a little bit until he moved around a little bit, and I guess it crushed between his butt cheeks, and he was like, "What the what the heck?"
Yeah.
And they were all crying, laughing.
Oh, man.
And so he went and told the
He gets up
principal,
and it crushes between his cheeks.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
He's got-
So yeah, he went and told the principal that kid got in a bit of trouble. His parents were suck ups to the schools, they could do whatever they wanted. He was a big troublemaker.
That's
but
awesome.
yeah,
Those kids are fun.
yeah, dude. No, it was great. It was so
Yeah.
funny. I wish I had seen it. That would have made it better.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good story.
I feel like those kids from Pottsville are made in labs.
Some of them probably
Besides
were.
you.
Besides me,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little laboratory-ish.
A little bit.
I'm a little experimental.
I just feel like they're just soldering things together, and these kids are just coming aboard.
Yeah, popping up.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting them together.
What? I don't know too many Pottsville kids, but
Yeah.
Clayton Freeman.
Yeah, I know Clayton.
Love that guy.
We worked with him.
Yeah. He's awesome. We went to New Orleans once. It was a great time. It was wild.
Yeah.
He can definitely hang.
Yeah. Well, I don't know him, but I know him. You know what I mean?
From all of
I
us.
knew him.
Yeah.
I knew him in school, but I didn't I never talked to him.
Yeah.
Maybe I may have never spoken to him
Yeah.
in school, and maybe just a few times at Walmart.
It's like that sometimes.
Yeah, but he seems cool. I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
So he's
Cool guy.
he's got the page.
Yeah,
Cool page.
he took me flying one time.
Shout out.
That was cool.
Shout out to Clayton.
Shout out Clayton.
Last name brothers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Both Freemans.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Okay.
Just exposed him.
Just
I just
exposed
exposed him like that.
Wild. Anyway.
It's all right. We'll blur his name out. We got a sound guy. Blur his name. We got a new sound guy.
Yeah.
I'll let him know. Hey, bro, blur his name out.
So
You don't actually have to. All right. Just go and hit me with it. I'm prepared. I know it's coming.
I guess it's time.
Yeah, just hit me with it. Go ahead, tell
All
me.
right. They want to do this.
Tell me what I don't want to hear.
That I'll see you Tuesday.
Oh, see me Tuesday.
And we'll
Okay.
see each other Tuesday.
New schedule. New schedule. Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Tuesdays and Fridays. New video. Twice a week. We're on the schedule. We're about to get it going.
Yeah.
We're about to have. We're about to start getting it on some other platforms. Get a little Spotify action, a little iTunes, Apple Music. We got the setup now. We got mics. We're
Yeah.
like professional. We're about to
For it being the second episode, this is great.
second
Like,
episode.
A lot different than the sideways picture on the
That's
first
it.
one, right?
That picture went unbelievably hard.
It went hard. I just wish it was straight.
That made it better.
Yeah. Okay.
It was
true.
goofy.
True.
We got the watermelon cups. What
Yeah.
more do you need? We got who's this guy? What's his name?
This guy came from Goodwill down on Goldenrod in Orlando. And he's just kind of been hanging out in the windows of our apartments that we've lived in. And it scares a lot of people. But my brother really loves it. Every time he goes up to walked up to our old apartment, he was always filming it and making TikToks
That's
with it.
awesome.
He loves it, though.
What's his name? We're gonna call him.
This one?
Yeah,
It's called Dummy.
Dummy.
Yeah.
That's your name.
Well, it looks like we're going to share it.
Sorry. Okay. I didn't mean it.
Well,
You
he's got
had
the shades on, though, so we got to give him something cooler than that.
something cooler than Dummy.
Let's-
Yeah, he's kind of looking like a.
Yeah.
Okay, leave your suggestions for the
Yeah.
name in the comments. All right, I guess we're wrapping it up here though.
All right, so
All right,
25 views on the last video.
25 on the
Let's
last
make it
one.
50 on this one.
Let's get 50 on this one.
All
All
right.
right, let's get 10 likes.
10 likes. There you go.
Let's get 15 likes.
All right.
Let's get 20 likes.
Just keep
Let's
multiplying.
get 25
the
likes.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends. Tell your dog's parents. They need to know.
They need to know. They'll go quick, so you better tell them pretty
Yeah,
quick. 'Cause they die quicker than us.
They go quick. All right.
All right.
All right. That does it.
That
So
does it.
we'll see y'all next time, next Tuesday. We'll have one out.
Later.
Peace.